It's 11 a.m. You turn off your alarm and sit up. Your head's foggy, you feel sick, and you can still taste the stale odour of cider on the back of your throat. Still smell it on your clothes and your skin. Meanwhile, there's a man out there who's been up for the past 6 hours. He's done 4 hours of productive, hard work. He's just been to the gym, lifted heavy weights, completed a workout. Which would you rather be? Socrates said it's a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength his body is capable of. Epictetus said, don't just explain your philosophy, embody it. All the way back to the ancient Greeks, the importance of fitness, the importance of strength has been spoke about. Today though, we seem to have forgotten about it. Most men today are either fat or skinny fat. They eat nothing but carbs and sugar, low protein, no vegetables, nothing. They drink alcohol till 3 in the morning, then go get a doner kebab. They wake up the next day feeling like absolute shit after not having drank a drop of water. There are people that I know, and I include myself in this, who at university, their diets consisted almost entirely of frozen battered chicken, pizza, fish fingers, shit like this. There are parents right now feeding their children fish fingers. And those kids know nothing better than brain fog, bloating, and lethargy. Then we wonder why eating disorders, why obesity are at endemic proportions. Our world has forgotten the importance of health and fitness. We are literally taught today that being fat is okay and healthy. Think about that for a second, yeah? Body positivity. We are literally teaching people that they don't need to do anything about their obesity. My auntie died of her obesity, right? And now I look at her daughter and her husband who she's left behind, and they look the same. They are both also fat and most likely will die of obesity too, just like their mother. Big companies and our governments have once again taught us a lie. McDonald's, KFC, Coca-Cola. Do you think these companies give a shit if you become healthy? Do you think they care if you start working out, if you start looking after your body, if you get to the point where you actually begin to question the things you're consuming, the things you're eating? Do they fuck? These companies care about one thing, and that's selling things to you. And the reality is if you're a fat, obese slob, you're more likely to buy more of their products. If you die at the age of 40 because of your obesity, generally speaking, you've probably made them more money than a healthy man who's lived to 90. They want you to be fat, obese, and unhealthy. These are the companies, some of the biggest companies in the world, the companies that are funding our governments. And you wonder why obesity, you wonder why eating disorders are such an issue. The world is against us here, and we need to start fighting back. You can't just accept the reality that you're going to feed your kids fish fingers and frozen chips. People are literally dying because they've not been taught the importance of a healthy diet and exercise. And that stops here, right? This generation is where that ends, because we've seen through the lies they told us about porn. We've seen through the lies they told us about social media. And now we're going to start seeing through the lies they teach us about junk food and diet as well. Diet today is the new smoking. Think about what your government tells you. Think about what it's telling you to put into your body, right? Carbs. Think about the pyramid, that you were taught since you were a child. Most of what you're consuming should be bread, it should be rice, it should be pasta. Should it fuck? I mean, these things, these carbohydrates, that is what benefits companies like McDonald's, right? Companies that fund the government, because they can put carbs in and that's cheap for them. For them, that's almost free. Whereas if they're trying to put in protein, they're trying to put in good, nutritious foods, that costs them so much money. Being fat is not healthy. Being too skinny is not healthy. And bar the mental disorders that you can do nothing about, you need to change that if you are one of those two. The biggest benefit of working out is not what it does to your body. It's not the fact that you can lift more weight. It's what it does to your mind. It's what it does to your psyche. Consistent exercise gives a man discipline. The gym becomes his temple. I mean, status for men is largely down to biological factors, right? Our status comes from our lizard brains, who see certain things, pick up on them, and assign status to them. Health and fitness are huge factors inside of that. So here's the thing, right? Let's say you work a normal job, but you go to the gym 5 times a week. You're disciplined there. You go in there, your eyes are locked in. You're not listening to music. You've not got your phone pulled out every rest period. You're just in there, disciplined and focused, and you're building a body, a functional and strong body. Then instantly, if you're put in a lineup alongside a fat businessman and a scrawny accountant with pimples and greasy hair, even though they're making more money than you, right? You have more status, and anyone can see that. And this benefit comes quickly too. It's not something that you need to be working out for 3 years to feel, right? The second you start to go to the gym, the second you start to see a tiny bit of muscle build, the second you start to see a tiny bit of fat drop, your self-image improves so much, your confidence improves so much, your discipline improves so much, and your status improves so much. See, here's the thing, right, is so much of confidence is about a man's self-image. And if you're fat and if you're skinny, and if you know that you're fat or you're skinny, you will never see yourself as a confident or high status man. And this is what I mean when I say that the strength isn't the biggest benefit of exercising. The strength from the gym, the size you gain, I mean, that will come in time, and it always will. But the real benefit from working out is the improvement in self-image it brings, is that boost in confidence, because that changes so much around you. I mean, exercise in the gym is a cornerstone habit. The discipline that it builds, the growth that it builds, the self-image that it creates are things which exude throughout the rest of your life, right? They mean that you start making the right decisions. If you start exercising, you'll make the right decision to eat the right food. You'll make the right decision to go to bed at the right time. You'll make the right decision to get up early. This is the power of exercise. It's a cornerstone habit, and it affects the rest of your life because it improves your self-image so highly. You'll finally start to see yourself as strong, as disciplined, as a king instead of a little puny boy. And inside of masculinity, this is more important than anything. If a man feels like a king, he starts to act like a king. He makes decisions that a king would make. He makes decisions that are the best for him and are the best for his kingdom. If a man feels like a king, he'll eat like a king, laugh like a king, speak like a king, slowly, deeply. He'll look after and protect his family, and he'll act as a role model and as a leader for his tribe, for the people around him. And this all just starts with exercise and feeling what his body is capable of. I mean, just think about that for a second, right? Remember when you guys were kids? And I used to do this. One time at lunch, me and one of my friends literally ran 100 laps around the playground just for fun. We'd race each other every single day to see who was faster. We would compete. Our physicality would be our point of competition. We would run against each other, wrestle with each other, fight each other. That's gone though. Now you've lost so much of your physical competitiveness, and that's destroying your spirit as a man. I mean, a man inside of unadulterated society uses his body to compete, and it is enjoyable for him. When was the last time you ran at your full pace? Just think about that for a second. When was the last time your legs were fully utilized to sprint? When was the last time you jumped the highest you could jump? When was the last time you lifted a weight as heavy as you could lift? Your body is not being utilized. You live a sedentary life where you spend most of your days sitting at a desk doing schoolwork, sitting in a library. You're not utilizing your body, and you wonder why you feel so lethargic and so shit. So that's what this next series is trying to do. So we've just finished with the NoFap series. Hopefully you guys aren't watching porn anymore. But now we're moving on to what I like to call the peak form series. So in this series, we're going to go over exactly what to do to go back to the mind and to go back to the body that you were intended to have. The mind and the body that make you feel happy. Because this is the thing. Humans have been around for 100,000 years. This civilization that we're living in right now has maybe been around for 200. This civilization of decadence. And the civilization specifically, maybe 20, 30 years since the age of the internet. In those 20 and 30 years, we haven't changed. Our bodies haven't changed, but the inputs have changed so much. And this is why depression, this is why anxiety, this is why eating disorders are at an all-time high. Through this series, this is what we're going to teach. How to go back to your peak form. How to go back to what nature intended you to be, and thus how to be happy once again. How to be happy and how to be healthy. We're going to draw back the curtains of the world and make you see that you've just got used to this fog, this lethargy, just feeling like shit and drifting through the world, because that isn't the natural feeling. That is not what you're supposed to feel. But you're so used to that constant fatigue that you think there is no other world. The biggest benefit of working out is how you see yourself. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Leave a like, leave a comment. They're right below that subscribe button. And join the Discord as well. It's a great community that we're building, a tribe that we're building, where you can speak to like-minded men, where you can speak to me, where you can learn things and talk about your self-improvement journey. Anyway, manifest excellence. Goodbye.